Shalom Akiyams, Waseka Hali, Hawa, Bahasham Yawashai. Also, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the brothers on the highways and byways that are doing this work in sincerity. I am Rai Banyamyam of Trinidad, GMS Trinidad East. Right, and here that is a short breakdown. Right, concerning the time in which we're in right now, because men actually, some men that's going amazement, they start to ponder upon what really going on. When you come to the scriptures, he said here, this is the time we're in right now. He said in Isaiah 59, verse 1. He said, Behold, Yahweh's hand is not shortened, that it cannot save. You know what I mean? Don't get twisted. The Most High hand is not shortened that it cannot save. Neither his ears heavy, that it cannot hear. So he is not heavy and not none of them thing right now. Because now in this time here, the time how Hashem or Shai is actually waking back up his people. You know what I mean? Pursuant Hosea 6, verse I'll read from verse 1. He said, Come, let us return unto Yahweh, right? For he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he'll bind us up. I know that smitten what the Most High did was through slavery. And the man that he actually used to start their weakening, you know what I mean? To start their weakening of us was a man that was known as Ahbabibins. You know, as well we born in this era and we didn't get the opportunity to meet him. It was hurt, you know what I mean? But we, y'all willing, you'll see him in the kingdom, you know. So I said, but it's something that they long to be among men who carry that type of understanding, because they didn't just like lay it back, you know what I mean? They came and they prophesied that word. Because they say the Lord will bind back up, So I'll come back to this precept. Let's jump into another one here because this is actually showed with Abba, Ahbabibins. It says Ezekiel 37, verse 1. He said, The hand of Yahweh was upon me and carried me in the spirit of Yahweh and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones. Now that valley represents America and all through the Caribbean down to South America, where all the slave trade was going on, the smitten part, because in Hosea 6:1 it actually said that he had smitten. This is how the Most High smitten us with slavery and all the curses that we undergo. You see in verse 2 he said, and caused me to pass by them round about. He said, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? He said, and I answered, O Yahweh, thou knowest. Now he was answering wisely, because according to Isaiah 55:11, it said that the Most High thoughts are higher than our thoughts, right? And this person is talking about here, this was Ahbabibins, and I mean, who is also known as Elijah or John the Baptist in the regeneration. He said, verse 3, he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered and said, O Yahweh power, thou knowest. And again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh power unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, which is the breath is the laws, the wisdom back into our spirit. and the skin is like the identity, and the sinews is like our strength, where we can stand and be confident in our power, you know. He said, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh thy power. Verse 7, he said, so I prophesy, and I prophesy as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there were noise, and behold, a shaking in the bones. Bones came to bones, to his bones, you know. So now what Ahbabibins did, he actually came and he prophesied. You know, he came and he broke down the scriptures. You know, he brought that new wine. You know, even right now, that was a holy foundation in which the apostles of Great Millstone they learned from, because from Abba was King Masha, which is also King David, and you had Jacob, you know what I mean, Jacob, Arya, you know I mean, Arya is also one of the ancient men, and they also taught Apostle Tahan, you know, Apostle Taha, Gaba, Arya coming down. So these men, you know, the men of Great Millstone, they are also like great ancient men also, because they built on a spiritual foundation. So now that how to say, like that lantern or that candle, as it was lit in them, they didn't hide it. You know, they show forth it, like others have for the Olympics. Just have a man run around with a torch in his hand. You know what I mean? These men them is you know what I mean, is really powerful men in the spirit. You know what I mean? A lot of brothers actually feel that they are on their level, but really and truly they had to be out the fucking mind, because the amount of trials and temptations and tribulation that they had was to face. Most of these men that come up and scoff and sort now, they really have no idea about that. You know, there's a joke. But anyway, I don't want to stray from the topic. You see, this is Hosea 6 verse 1. He said, come, let us return unto Yahweh, for he had torn, and he will heal us. He had smitten, and he will bind us up. You know what I mean? He said, after 2 days, he will revive us. And the 2 days is like, you know, after it's 2,000 years, you know, each day will represent like each day will represent like 1,000, you know. So after 2,000 years, he started to revive us. He started to see, you know, Israelites awakening to who they are. You know, we have scoffers still, but, you know, the main thing is that there were men that actually hear this word, and they actually waking up to who they are, their nationality. So now you say after 2 days, he will revive us, you know. And in the third day, like what we enter now, he will raise us up, and we shall live in the sight. So that is what we're looking forward to now, because we're in the time of the third day. You know, now the third day begins. So that's how the third day recently begin. Our day does begin at like in the night. You know what I mean? So see, now our day begins at night. And so a little precept here that actually expound a little more, you know, because right now we enter into the third day, we in the night. This is Lamentation 2 verse 19. It says, arise, cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watchers. Pour thy heart like water before the face of Yahweh. Lift up thy hands towards him, for thy life of thy young children that faint for hunger in the top of the streets. So he was like, hey, now is the time to really fit to lift up, because this is the time we crying out in the night. You know? Yeah, he's saying the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live. Verse 3, then shall we know, if we follow on to know Yahweh. You say his good his going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain. You say, as the latter and the former rain on the earth, which is like that knowledge that came back to us, you know. And that latter and former rain, you know, Jehovah Hashem Shai, you know, that is this knowledge that he poured back upon the house of Yasharallah. Alright? Because this is Isaiah 44, verse 1. He say, yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. He said, thus said Yahweh, that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and O Jeshurun, which is chosen one, whom I have chosen. He said, for I will pour water, which is this knowledge, upon him that is thirsty, and floods. How will you get floods? By rain. This is how you get floods. You don't get floods by with mist, you know what I mean? You get floods by rain. You know, you see, and floods upon the dry ground. Like, you know, if you get rain, real rain, yeah, that ground cannot absorb that rain, and, you know, it just gets saturated fast. So you say, you pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. And I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. You say, and my blessing upon thy offspring. So this is how we waking back up to that knowledge now. And that even comes back from the great men that actually walked before us. You know what I mean? You talk about like Ahbabibins, you know, King Marsha, Yaqub, Arya, Apostle Taha, Ramlal, and Apostle Gaba. He said, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the water courses. Now they had to spring up, you know, before the water courses. You know, and this is what going on. When you pour water upon dry ground, you know, what does happen? Life does just start to, you know, just start to appear, you know. Life does appear. And this is what the Most High said, or you say you're gonna send this man, you know. Let them say that before I hit that scripture there. You know, that's to show that, you know, this is Malachi chapter 4, verse 5, you know. He say, behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming, alright? Coming of the great and dreadful day of Yahweh. So now that is before that day. Before the Most High make his grand appearance. I mean, he say gonna make, you know, Elijah the prophet at a show, which came as Ahbabibins, alright? For those who can receive it, you know what I mean? Do your research, you know what I mean? Pray and fast, you know what I mean? Get yourself into it. Because the great and dreadful day of the Yahweh Hashem Shai, let's read about it. You know what I mean? Because if it is we didn't come back to this knowledge, then what would have took place, you know? You gotta see it from what the Heavenly Father was talking about. You see, this is Isaiah 13, verse 14. You see, the noise of a multitude in the mountain, like as the great people, a tumultuous noise of kingdoms. You say, of nations gathered together. You say, Yahweh of hosts mustered the hosts to the battle. Or say, Most High calling them to battle, right? You say they come from a far country, which Russia will be fighting against America and China and all. Matter of fact, all these countries will be fighting one another, but then most of the missiles will be flying at America. But America will also fire back ICBMs the same way likewise. So that day is a real dreadful day upon the earth, because it's not like something, you know, mankind ever seen before. It's not like you just hear about the atomic bomb that hit Hiroshima. You know what I mean? It's not like that. You just hear. This is something that the whole earth gonna feel. You say they come from a far country, from the ends of the heaven. And this is the catch. Even Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation, which is the chariots, to destroy the whole land. So now that is a dreadful day. You know what I mean? That's why he say, hold ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. He say, it shall come as the destruction from the Almighty. You know what I mean? That is not something to play with. These are dreadful times, you know. You have another part here. He said, um, these are Isaiah 34 verse perhaps read from verse 1. He said, come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. Like what you're just reading about. He say he had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. All right. This is not no cool time. This is not like when Yahushua walked 2,000 years ago. All right. This is what men that get tired up with. He say, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. He say, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. He say, and the heaven shall roll together as a scroll. And this is ICBMs, and all their hosts shall fall as a leaf off the vine. He say, and as a fallen fig from a fig tree, and my sword shall bathe the heavens. Behold, now he make it quite clear what his weapon gonna do, and he's gonna bathe the heaven with fire. He said, for my sword shall bathe the heavens. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Now, if it was in Yahushua time, that dreadful day, when the Romans was in rule, then it's supposed to came down at that time, but it did not. So the great and dreadful day is at hand, all right, which is in the time where he is right now. You see, upon the people of my curse to judgment, So the Lord actually make that quite clear. He say, hey, he gonna blaze this land, boy. You know what I mean? He gonna deal with this land in a different way. He say, come down. This is Isaiah 47 verse 1. He say, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which Babylon comes from the ancient word they call Babel. Which Babel means confusion. America is not no different from ancient Babylon, because they tolerate homosexuals and all these different madness. So they are in the same type of confusion, because just look at the music, look at the kind of instruments they create. It's real shit, yo. You know what I mean? But it's something to think about. Daughter of Babylon. He says, sit on the ground. He said, there is no throne. They say, O daughter of the Chaldeans. You know what I mean? Because they adopted, they like leech, they adopt other nations' teachings, Yeah. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. He said, take the millstone and the grind meal, uncover thy locks and make bare thy leg, uncover thy thighs and pass the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And that nakedness what being uncovered right now, because everybody realizing that the white man is a fucking devil. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody realizing that they actually deceive, they lie, they thief, they rob, they do all kind of shit. So people realizing that, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. He say, I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man. So Yahweh Shai even make that quite clear. So that great and dreadful day that we're talking about is a dread day. It's not a day to look at a light day. That is day when Yahweh Hashem Shai they're returning to deal, to deal in a really rough way now, boy. He said this is Jude, one chapter, so it's verse 14. He's saying, and Enoch also the seventh from Adam prophesied of these, Behold, Behold, Yahweh cometh with 10,000 of the saints to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken, against him. So he's saying plain out, he say the day of the Most High is at hand. So with that, my brothers, it was necessary that the Most High sent Ahbabibins. He woke us back up to that knowledge. Kahal Yahweh Hashem Shai for that, and also for the apostles and the great men that actually still follow in that footstep to bring that knowledge to us now. To the scoffers and sort, your day of judgment at hand, because the more you scoff, the better we do. So until that day, we say shalom.